saw on LinkedIn a lot of people making fun of the AI search results. Is that the overview thing?
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Okay. Have you done any of those trial and errors yourself, or what have you found with AI overview?
Yeah, loads. So, I mean, when they first came out, we tested, I think, about 5,000 keywords across maybe 7 or 8 of our websites here at the Alliance. And that was literally just sitting there with a VPN and doing Google searches and seeing our kind of tests were, A, does an AI overview come up for that query?
Yeah.
If the answer is yes, then are we referenced in it? And that's kind of the key.
Okay.
Because we know that AI overviews are going to have an impact on click-through rate. That's fine. We've kind of accepted that. What we now need to do is make sure that we're appearing in as many AI overviews as possible, and ideally kind of above the fold of those. So, you know, above the click to read more. So we want to be right there with it. So we did that initially when AI overviews came out, but then as you've alluded to, the initial rollout was a disaster, really.
Yeah.
So they scaled it right back, and that meant that we couldn't do that kind of crucial month-on-month testing that we wanted to do with those queries. So it's really an ongoing thing. And, you know, as I say, it's a manual process because Search Console isn't going to tell you, SEMrush can't tell you, Ahrefs can't tell you. So you've kind of got to figure it out for yourself, in a sense, how you're performing in those AI overviews.
That's kind of fun.
It's fun, but it takes time. And, you know, what I wouldn't want to be working on is an e-commerce website with 10,000, you know, queries on page 1, because that's going to be a lot of time to kind of figure out how you're performing and what the impact is going to be on click-through rate, which is all we care about, really, at the end of the day.
Because, I mean, of course, we didn't get that in like enough time with the AI reviews, like would you say, based on what little you saw, that even expertise, authority, those key pillars of the EAT structure, that still applies to AI overview, or is still too early to tell?
Yeah, so I mean, this is a really quite a broad question in a sense, because really, I guess what you're saying is, how do you optimize for AI overviews?
Yeah. Exactly.
So I mean, I wish we had a kind of categorical answer to that, but there are a few things that I can see. So if you think about the structure of an AI overview, I mean, generally it's going to be answering a question. So if we took an example of something like, what is product management? So that would be a really important keyword for us here at the Alliance on a couple of different websites. You know, loads of search volume, high competition. It's going to answer that question in a paragraph, and within that, it's going to link to a couple of sources, and it's going to be something like HubSpot or Product Marketing Alliance, a very high authority website. So if you're a smaller kind of challenger website, and maybe in the regular search results, you're kind of position 6 or 7 for that, but you're not getting the citation in the AI overview, there are other things I think you can do, because you've got to think about what are the follow-up queries. So what they're not going to do is just tell you the answer and then go.
Yeah.
They're going to follow it up with kind of different components of the answer.
Yeah.
So if the query is something like, what is a product manager? What you might be able to do is create content around, what does a product manager do at Google? What does a product manager do at Meta or Amazon or whatever? And within the kind of the extended AI overview, they're going to want to link out to a variety of sources that expand on the topic. So they're not just going to link out to 10 articles that are, what is a product manager? They're going to link out to different things. How has the product manager role changed? What education do you need to be a product manager? How much experience do you need? If you can target these longer tail queries that are part of the kind of the follow-up, then I think that's an opportunity for less authoritative sites to rank in AI overviews. The other component is video. I think you always see a YouTube link in an AI overview. So that's something else you can do. So there can be opportunities within this. I think, you know, generally speaking, most SEOs would prefer AI overviews didn't exist, because it's like featured snippets. We don't really want that. We want someone to have to click in.
Do you feel that AI overviews are going to be working in tandem with, you know, featured snippets and all the other good stuff that comes up from a search result? Are they meant to replace them? I don't know, because it seems kind of conflicting.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, Google have said they're going to run them side by side. You know, whether or not that happens, or whether we move to a point where the AI overview, you know, is there more or less every query, and there's kind of no need for featured snippets. But for publishers, it's definitely bad news because
Yeah.
you've got the AI overview certainly on mobile. This can take up pretty much the entire screen.
Gosh, that's horrible.
Yeah, and then that into a potentially featured snippet, into paid ads. So if you were in the old world in position 4 and you were getting sort of 10% click-through rate for that query, brilliant. I mean, under the new system with AI overviews, it might be less than 1%. Who knows? Is a user even going to find the result in position 4? And equally, you could be position 1 for a query, driving a lot of traffic. There's no guarantee you're going to be referenced in the AI overview. In fact, there's a lot of examples to show that position 1 generally doesn't get included in the AI overview.
I remember you sharing this with us.
Yeah, what we'll actually see a lot of the time is a page from a website from page 2 being included in the AI overview. So the challenge for SEOs and publishers is to figure out what kind of content do I need to create to give myself the best chance of getting AI overview references. And at the moment, that's largely going to be trial and error. But I think it's going to be about the human experience beyond simply answering the query.
Yeah.
So it's going to be, what can I add on top of simply answering a query? I think that's the kind of content that's going to be referenced in these AI overviews. We're moving to a world, I think, where this keyword selection is going to be even more important, because if you think about, I kind of call this deserved versus undeserved traffic.
Yeah, I was curious about that.
And the best sort of analogy actually is, this is already a thing, by the way. We already know about this, but no one was kind of really talking about it, because we know it for a fact. Because if you Google what time is it in Shanghai, you're not going into a website. That's the featured snippet.
See.
Or there'll be something.
Yeah.
I've not done that query, but I guarantee you, if you Google now,
I've done it with some of my contributors that live other side of the world.
Yeah, but I bet you've not gone into a website to find that out, right? So
some dodgy calculator ones that just do not help at all. But...
yeah, so there would have been 10 years ago, you'd had to have gone into a website to find out what time it was in Shanghai, or what the temperature was in Shanghai, or something like that.
Yeah.
So that's gone. No one would build a website now saying, oh, I'm going to drive loads of traffic for AdSense through telling people what time it is. Because we know that's not how people use the internet anymore. That will just go to a different level now with AI overviews. So a good example I use is if you Google how many majors has Tiger Woods won, you don't need to go to a website to find out that answer. That is, if you're getting traffic for that query, that in my view is undeserved. That's
so it just gets it from like news articles, I'm guessing.
Well, it will be a featured snippet.
Yeah.
So you don't need to go to a website to get that answer. That's just common knowledge. Now, if you Google who's the best golfer of all time, that's a query that an AI overview cannot answer.
Yeah.
That's something I need to go and read a website, and I probably need to go read a few different websites and get a few different perspectives
to get the sense of,
on whether it's Jack Nicklaus or Tiger Woods or Ben Hogan, whatever. And that's where the AI overviews will not be able to take that traffic, because that needs that experience, that subjectivity. But how many majors has Tiger Woods won? That's an AI overview. You'll never get that traffic ever again. So that's the undeserved versus deserved traffic, and SEOs need to really be focused on, how can I not just get clicks for the sake of it, but actually bring someone to my website and give them a good experience, because their query deserves a good experience.
Love that. I'm actually mind blown with the simple like numerical things that you could actually get your AI to give you, and versus something a little more subjective that's, maybe it can allude a little bit to the more factual things. But even with facts, you can build an opinion. So it's cool to also get that side of it. And I don't think that AI can pick it up as well as humans can. So
that's exactly it. And, we'll go back to the what is a product manager example we used earlier when talking about AI overviews. And yes, the question, what is a product manager, can be answered in a paragraph.
Yeah.
But, so could something complex like, who was Jesus Christ? Yes, you could answer that in a paragraph, but really you need a lot more to understand that query. And that's where the AI overviews won't take away all our traffic. There will obviously be opportunities, and I think Google know that. And if Google wanted to answer everything in the AI overview, they just wouldn't have put references in there.
Yeah.
It just would have been like a ChatGPT thing where you just get the output. But they know that really to understand a subject, you need to go to different websites and hear from different experts. So it won't take away all the traffic. It will impact click-through rate, but it's not the end of the world for kind of content and SEO for sure.
That's very hopeful.
Yeah.
Thanks for sticking with us till the end. So, what did you think? If you found this video useful, why not give us a like? Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more content like this. See you next time.